Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for the Walking Dead universe. We're here to do our weekly Walking Dead Q&A video. We're going to talk about Fear the Walking Dead, Dead City, and we're also going to mainly talk about Strand's role in the final season. And do we think that he is going to be killed off, and that is why he has not been in any of the promotional material.
This place is built on a lie.
No matter what's coming, we have to live.
Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for The Walking Dead. We are here to do our weekly Walking Dead Universe Q&A video. We grabbed some amazing comments from you guys for this week, and we're going to go through them and discuss. So, this will be our second to last major Walking Dead Universe Q&A. We'll be doing one more before Fear the Walking Dead returns, because next week is the return of Fear the Walking Dead, such as the reviews and prediction videos and all that cool stuff. And then, obviously, once Fear the Walking Dead is back, we're going to be solely doing Fear the Walking Dead related Q&As. So this will be the second to last one for the actual franchise, for a little while at least while, Fear the Walking Dead and Dead City are on. We're going to be mostly focusing on those. Which I'm very excited for. Also, just before we get into this Q&A, there is some serious construction going on right now, like literally outside my house. So if you hear any, loud noises or beeping or other bullshit like that, again, I'm very sorry. But anyway, let's get into this video. So, this Q&A, we're going to get started with one from Dana, who says, which was from yesterday's video, Dan, do you think that really this writer strike is really going to be that bad for Walking Dead universe? I mean, think about it. The writers have written things like Fear the Walking Dead, Tales of the Walking Dead, World Beyond, etc. So do you really think this writer strike is a big deal? It is a big deal if they want to get anything done, I would say, although you do make a fair point at the same time. The writers have done a shitty job on some of these spin-offs, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like they haven't. There's a lot of spin-offs in Walking Dead that have not worked at all. But again, there are other things like the main show, and I'm sure shows like Dead City and Raise the Dead that, definitely deserve to go on and definitely deserve to continue. Well, okay, maybe not Raise the Dead. We'll see about that one, but Dead City at least sounds really good, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think this writer strike, I mean, first of all, I actually kind of was mistaken in yesterday's video. It sounds like this is not only a Walking Dead related thing, this is just an overall thing. Like, a whole bunch of writers from a whole bunch of just different shows is just, going on strike. It sounds like it's more of a overarching, thing, not just Walking Dead universe. So, even though the writers for the Walking Dead universe have not always been at their best, I mean, they definitely have made decisions that I wouldn't have ever made. If I was a writer, I would have been like, okay, what kind of plot is that, But either way, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, would you guys rather no Walking Dead and no writers, you know what I mean? Like, we have to definitely at least appreciate what we have. Although, things like Tales and stuff like that, okay, yeah, you can actually make an argument maybe some of that should have just never happened. But, it is what it is. I definitely think, though, that we need our writers back. I think we'll get them back, too, despite some of their bad writing. I mean, yeah, do they need a raise? Maybe not, to be honest, based off the quality, but do we need our writers for the franchise to continue? Absolutely. Next one comes from Snake, who says that, Dan, I'm very curious for you to answer. Do you think, based off of some of the stuff that we've seen in Dead City, with Negan and Maggie fighting each other and kind of at each other's throats and some of that stuff, how do you think that's going to affect the relationship going forward in Dead City, and how do you think that's going to impact them? Now, this is definitely a very interesting question, because I really don't know how the hell they're going to do this, because at the end of the main Walking Dead, Maggie and Negan were able to kind of work things out, and they were able to kind of, be civil. But, in Dead City, that is not what we're seeing. We're seeing them two fighting on like these crazy landscapes and stuff, which, by the way, visually looks very, very nice. But how is this going to affect the relationship? Now, I've stated this before, and I'm going to state it again here. Negan versus Maggie is something that I only want if it absolutely is necessary. I don't want them dragging out them two fighting every 2 seconds. I don't want this show to be a bicker fest between the two of them. That's one thing that I will not accept. I think that the only time that they should be fighting is if there's a major disagreement. disagreement. If, something is regarding like Herschel or something, and Negan says something wrong, which Jeffrey Morgan has teased that he is a very big shit disturber in Dead City. Apparently, Jeffrey Morgan has said that there are certain scripts that he has read for Dead City where he wants to punch Negan himself if it was ever possible. So, when he says that, when he says those kind of things, it does make me worry a little bit that Negan's going to go a little too far and kind of screw up the redemption arc, which I hope is not the case, because his redemption arc in the main Walking Dead was something very, very special. It was very well told, very good story, so I hope the Dead City does not mess that up. That actually is a very big fear for me for Dead City. But how will it affect the relationship? Here's the thing with them two. I feel like they can fight as long as they want, but they're still going to end up working together in the end, to be honest. Like, even if Maggie like ends up stabbing him or whatever, which we can tell is probably going to be happening, I just don't think that that's going to be something that's going to break them further apart. I feel like Maggie and Negan are at a point where it's like whatever they do to each other, they need each other, and that's all there is to it. And I don't feel like it's going to break them up, in any kind of way. I feel like they're always going to have to work together. I feel like they're always going to have to kind of, use each other for the other's benefit. And I think the other person will always kind of help. So yeah, I don't think so. Plus, because this whole show is about the two of them. So I don't see them really breaking apart unless it was like a final season. But unfortunately, no, I think this bickering is just straight up for, promotion and for, forced conflict and stuff like that. I don't think that this will deeply affect the relationship with one another. I think that Maggie knows where she stands, Negan knows where he stands, and they may have the minor disagreement here and there. But I don't think anything major will come of it. No, absolutely not. Next one comes from Norvid, who says, Dan, I find it very interesting that Fear the Walking Dead gets rid of a lot of background characters. Do you think that they are going to have characters like Sarah or Rabbi Jacobs or some of these other characters like Josiah disappear in Season 8 of Fear the Walking Dead like they always do, and Fear the Walking Dead always has characters that disappears? Or do you think they'll have a role in this season? Now, hard to tell you, honestly, although there is one thing I do know. I do know that Mo Collins did say that they were wondering why they didn't ask her to come back. So we kind of have an answer on that one. But, and she stated that on Instagram, so I don't consider that a spoiler. Which if that's the case, thank God, because I know some people may not agree with this opinion, but I can't fucking stand Sarah. I think Sarah is a terrible character, and actually, meanwhile, while we're on the subject, Sarah feels like a Tara wannabe from The Walking Dead. She has to be funny. She has to have the funny moments, and it just never landed for me. I feel like Sarah from Fear the Walking Dead is a character that should have just never happened. I like Wendell, but Sarah just pisses me off. And yeah, there's a lot of characters in Fear the Walking Dead that are just there and then they disappear. Hell, think about, Kalataka and Crazy Dog, right? They just left the show in Season 3. Now, maybe that was an actor decision, but still, they left the show. And there was a lot of characters that, just left the series, never came back. Hell, we're seeing it now with Alicia. Again, an actor thing, but it is still a character leaving the show. And there's a lot of characters that just kind of fade into the background. Like you mentioned before, Rabbi Jacobs. Again, I don't know what the hell they're doing with him. I don't know why the hell he's even on the show still, because he hasn't done jack shit. Maybe they'll kill him in Season 8. Maybe he won't even be in Season 8. But I do think that there's going to be some characters that disappear. Unfortunately, I do. I think that Sarah it's pretty telling that we're probably not going to see her again. Which I'm good with. Again, don't think I'm not grateful for that. But it's just weird. Fear the Walking Dead, again, same thing with Mickey. You mentioned Mickey in your comment as well, too. A character that was introduced, you spend like an entire episode on her, and then what does it matter? She's just gone anyway. So, I don't know. It's very odd. Fear the Walking Dead, it's kind of hard to get invested in new characters because you always know that even if there's a new character, there's a very big possibility that they're going to disappear after a couple episodes or even after an episode, and we never see them again. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do you even trust that? And then the final one comes from Mike, who asks a very good question. Dan, I very much am wondering why the hell Victor Strand is not in any of the promotional material for Season 8 of Fear the Walking Dead. Do you think this could tease that he is going to die pretty soon, and maybe that's why they can't show much of him in the trailers, because he's going to die relatively quickly in this season? So, no, I don't think Strand is going to die relatively quick in this season, although I don't know why they're not showing him in the trailers. I think it's very possible for Strand to die in the back half of the season, because we know that he at least makes it until the final half, because there were photos of him and Kim Dickens filming the final few episodes. And I can say that because the actor literally just posted it. So, we know he's fine. We know that Strand's going to be fine, and we know that he's in the season. There's no kind of wonder about that. He has like long dreads now and stuff like that. But I think the main reason why they're not putting him in the trailer is because I think that he's going to be working with Padre on the side, and I think they're trying to keep that a surprise for the actual show. Not only to mention, I mean, Strand in season 7. I mean, characters got bad in season 7, like Daniel, like Wes, like Alicia, stuff like that. But Strand, bro, they screwed him up. I mean, they screwed Strand up to such a crazy degree. I mean, literally every 2 seconds, it's like, bring me the baby. I want the baby. I want Morgan's baby, Alicia, it was supposed to make you love me, It's like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, seriously. Like, they mad screwed up on Strand in season 7. And I actually really liked Strand, but season 7, I don't know what the fuck they tried to do, but it failed. It failed miserably, too. I don't know. So, in terms of season 8, I think he could die for sure. He could definitely die, or he could continue in the franchise. But no, I think the main reason why we're not seeing him in these teasers, to be honest, is because, for one, I think the fan backlash, and because I think he's working with Padre on the side. I think they're trying to really shove him out of here because they know that they fucked up. And to be honest, they should. They honestly should kill him off, but I don't know if they're going to. So, I don't know. I feel like Victor's been kind of ruined, to be honest. Same with characters like Daniel. Same with, characters like Alicia. They mad screwed her up. I mean, there's so many characters that were so good back in the early days that they just, they screwed up a lot for sure. But anyway, let me know in the comment section below. What are you guys expecting for Season 8 of Fear the Walking Dead? What are you guys expecting for Dead City Season 1? And all that fun stuff. Also, do you agree about the writer's strike? And do you think that the Walking Dead universe writers are all bad? I don't think they're all bad, but I think certain ones definitely can be bad given the script that they're kind of writing and given the show that they're doing. So, anyway, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy this video, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos for The Walking Dead. Make sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos of The Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.